with a chance to take the lead. Kaepernick, end zone, Crabtree, broken up, picked off. This game is over.
Time. I'm Mike Bailey. This is Ryan Bailey, and we're talking Seahawks preview of the Week 6 game at home versus the Cardinals. But first, it's obviously this is 12 minutes, but first we're going to talk about a quick shout out to the Mariners. So we'll give ourselves a few more seconds. All right, go ahead, Ryan. Big time
Let's go, Mariners. Get to them, boys. We hate the Stros around here. Yeah, man, we're rooting for those guys. Let's get that W.
What's the score right now, Ryan? It is, I got it right here. It's 6-3 still. Bottom of the 6. Going to be a tough one. But that also, if the Mariners win one game, that means they have a home game on Sunday, which in turn means the Seahawks game versus the Cardinals might be moved a day. Is that what you read?
Yeah, I heard that they are working on a contingency plan to move the game to possibly Monday night. So if the Mariners win tonight, which is what we're hoping for, and unless the Mariners get a clean sweep here, which would be great. But most likely that game is going to be played on Sunday, and we'll need to, move our game to whatever we have to do.
And that's really big for the city to have something like that, like have a whole game move because your other team's in the playoffs. That doesn't really happen a lot. That like if the Knicks and the Yankees were playing on the same day, well, it wouldn't make sense. But the Giants or the Jets were playing on their stadiums aren't even close enough, so it doesn't even matter. Whereas Seattle, their stadiums are literally separated by an alley, and that's it. So, anyways, moving on. Seahawks host the Cardinals. The second division game for the Seahawks. Both teams are 2-3. Both teams are coming off losses. Both are 0-1 in the division. Arizona is 0-3 at home. Excuse me. That doesn't matter because we're hosting. My apologies. Seattle has scored 22 more points than Arizona, but they've given up 31 points, so the point differential does not favor the Seahawks. What are we thinking, Ryan? Any thoughts off the top of your head?
This is probably going to be another shootout game, super exciting. So it would be cool to be on Monday night just because everyone's going to see how Geno is, how talented he is, how explosive this offense is. I just see it being really high scoring. Both Arizona and the Seahawks are like the bottom two teams on defense this year. So this is a make or break game for either team. Can't really lose 4 games to begin the season. And if your defense is still continuing to be this bad, then you're probably ready to get rid of some guys and start to figure out, for the future.
Those are all really solid points, Ryan. That's very well said. Also, the trade deadline is week 6 or week 8.
I believe it's week 8, but maybe it's week 6. I can't remember if it got changed.
Either way, it's coming up soon, so you're not wrong about those changes coming shortly. If we're going to trade for anyone, hypothetically, the Panthers, they've let their coach go, so they might make some changes. There might be some other changes down the line. We'll see, and people might be ready to start wheeling and dealing. Maybe not huge trades, but smaller trades that are valuable.
It's week 8, so November 1st is the trade deadline.
A few more weeks. Okay. We do also have it is a big game, right? It's the division game. We need to win a division game. It's a home game. I do believe we believe in ourselves. And also, I think Geno, if it does go to Monday night, I think Geno would welcome the challenge. Kyler Murray obviously likes to shine on the big stage, and I think Geno would accept that challenge as well. So, yeah. Moving on. Speaking of Kyler Murray, we probably need to contain him and also stop the run game. But Connors is banged up.
Yeah, Connors, I don't know if he'll play, and he probably should just sit out just to get rested, right? This guy keeps trying to come back quicker on his injuries, and now he's just continually like his injuries are just lingering behind. And so, but Benjamin is supposed to be really good. PFF ranked him really high so far, so we'll see how he plays out. So it could be a game of backup running backs, just dominating out there. We need to stop the run. That's what we have to do. Stop the run. So.
And make Kyler Murray make mistakes, hopefully, and not capitalize on things. Hopkins will not be back, so that's good. I believe J.J. Watt is banged up as well. So they definitely have some big pieces that might not be as effective. But yeah, I think it all comes down to Kyler. I don't have really faith in Cliff Kingsbury to outsmart Pete, even though Pete makes blatant mistakes week after week. So I believe just containing Murray will be the best. I don't know if our linebackers don't hold gaps like they haven't all week, then they'll just shred us on the run, and it'll be extremely unfortunate. Moving on more to the Cardinals offense. They don't have a strong rush, though. They only have 2 rushes longer than 20 yards and only 5 rush TDs total. And I'm sure Murray has 3 or 4 of those. I'm not too sure what Connor's stats are. Also, Murray, he doesn't really average a lot on yards per attempt. It's only 5.7 compared to Jalen Hurts, who's at the top, I believe, at 8.6. That's a big differential for attempts, but it's our defense. Our defense could easily make this offense look that much better. They could have 2 rushing TDs. They could have multiple rushes of over, maybe not 20 yards, but 15, 20 yards. It's going to be a challenge for sure.
Yeah, I mean, the offensive line for Arizona doesn't seem bad. I don't think they're playing bad at all. I think it's just really been Kyler Murray not really stepping up to the plate, really dominating out there like he usually does. So we want to stop the run. We want to, get Murray to try to beat us and show that he can actually do that. And then they've only got one good wide receiver, Hollywood Brown. So we got to stop him, But, as usual, we're not very good at stopping the screens. We're not good at stopping tight ends, and we're not good at stopping the run right now. So those are maybe the 3 things we should try to be better at. No one else is really going to attack us on wide receiver side.
I was going to say, luckily we have speed to cover Brown. That won't be an issue in that sense, and unless they, disguise it in a way where it goes to the complete opposite side of Woolen, and it gets over Barton or something like that.
Yeah.
I haven't really watched much of the Cardinals, so I'm not too familiar with how well they've been playing and whatnot. Obviously, they just got blown out by the Eagles, but they did have the comeback win against the Raiders. But the Raiders also just blew a gigantic lead last night to the Chiefs as well. So, the NFL stands for not for long.
Yeah, facts. Straight up. They're just not as good as – I mean, so they lost to the Chiefs. They got beat up badly by the Chiefs. They beat the Raiders from behind. They lost to the Rams pretty easily. And the Rams aren't that good this year either. And they beat the Carolina Panthers. Now, either way, both of us don't look good. We're both not doing very well. It's more of if our D-line, if the front 7 doesn't do anything this game like they've been doing the last 5, then we're going to have a shootout game, and that's just how it's going to be. And Gino still has not done like the last second drive down the game to win it, right? He still hasn't been able to do that. So I really just need to do better in the front 7, and then we should have a chance to win this game easily.
That's a good point. And I wonder if that's in the back of his mind that he wants to succeed this time at home. If I would agree that it's a shootout, and whoever has the ball last will most likely dictate who wins. So I wonder if that's in the back of Gino's mind. He failed, black and white failed against the Falcons at home to try to score. So I wonder if that's something in his mind that he really wants to accomplish and check that off his list and then build on that, because that'll most likely happen again with the way our team is built right now.
Yeah, exactly.
All right, we got about 4 minutes left. We'll move on to our offense with Walker. His big day is coming up. Will he be prepared? And most importantly, how are we going to trust him in pass protection to keep him out there longer? Like, in a sense of like, he might literally split carries with DJ Dallas just because DJ Dallas will be in there for all our 3rd downs.
Yeah, which obviously isn't the ideal situation. We wanted Penny Walker. But, Penny has his injuries every year. So, eventually we knew Walker was going to be the one who has to come in. Now, what now makes me worried is that if he gets hurt, then we're going to have a really hard time moving the ball on offense. But I don't have any problem with DJ coming in. He's so big that it's okay if he comes in now. I don't mind it, but make sure we can get Walker 15 to 20 touches a game. That'd be really nice. That'd be really cool to see.
And if Dallas was 10 to 15, I think that would work. Dallas got a lot of carries in the preseason and looked well, albeit that in the preseason, but it still will help that practice and preseason reflects towards the regular season somewhat.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm really excited for Walker, but you're right. If he goes down, that's it. We're in a very unfortunate situation.
Yeah.
We're going to move on to our tight ends. DK and Tyler do plenty well. They seem like they have a good connection. Our tight ends seem to have a good connection, but I wonder how much they play in this way in this game. Also, just to note that the Cardinals. Sorry to interrupt you. The Cardinals DBs are pretty good.
Yeah, I mean, we have to use the tight ends, right? There, Penny, I believe, got hurt last game. Goodwin is hurt, and so that's 2 out of the starting 4. So there's D. Eskridge, right? And then, so it means we got 3. Okay, we got our 2 main wide receivers, then D. Eskridge, who we don't know how good he could be, and then we've got our 3 tight ends. So those 3 tight ends need to step it up, need to be big. I think we're going to see a lot more tight end sets out there. Losing Penny and losing Goodwin hurts, but it's not the end of the world because we use a lot of tight end sets. I just think it'd be nice to try to get one of them back for the game, especially Goodwin.
I'm just looking quickly. Sorry, I'm quickly looking at the tight end targets. It looks like Noah Fant got 5 and Disley got 3 the past week. That means that was 0 for Colby Parkinson.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So 0 for him. He's had some big plays. So I'd really like to see him come back in. Maybe we do go really heavy tight end this game, do a lot of play action, and that really keeps just our 2 receivers out there for the most part if we use that many tight ends and only 1 running back. And I'm guessing we do not see both running backs in the backfield at a lot, maybe once or twice, but I highly doubt we do that 5 or 6 times like we've shown in the past with Penny and Walker. All right, we got about 30 seconds to wrap up. On our notes, we had limit mistakes for this week, especially on defense, or more so on offense, because our offense is going to carry our team. And no turnovers, get some turnovers, and special teams needs to be cleaned as well. Anything else to add there, Ryan?
Yeah, the defensive, somebody else on that defense needs to make a play other than Woolen and Kobe Bryant. Somebody else needs to make a play. Somebody else needs to show why they're going to stay on this team next year or get that long-term contract. So we need to see some productivity from the defense other than those guys. And on offense, need to stay consistent. Remember that you can replicate these plays again the next week. Stay consistent, trust in everyone, and we'll get that W, Gene, and we'll play great.
Perfect. I love it. Well said. All right, go Hawks, go Mariners. This is 12 minutes of your time. I'm Mike Bailey. This is Ryan Bailey. Let's get it.
Go Hawks, baby. Woo!